You want another conquest? An easy conquest for your season 24 or beyond? No problem, I got you covered. We're going to be doing the thrill for normal, superhuman for hardcore, and it's not only going to be easy for you, you are going to totally destroy the level. In this case, I'm doing this with a monk. It's the flavor of the season. However, if you are not playing with a monk, I'm going to give you some pointers so you can complete this just as easy. So first of all, what do you need to complete the conquest? You need to do a greater rift level 45 or greater without any set bonuses. And this is when you equipped at least 2 pieces of a set, you get an effect. You need to avoid those. Alright, so if you are not playing with a monk, you are going to need basically a bunch of legendary items. If they are ancient, even better. But basically 3 gems. Level 25 or greater. Of course, if you have the time to level them to a greater level, it's going to be even easier. So the first one, and this is really mandatory, the Legacy of Dreams gem. It will be recommended to level this up as much as you can, because it's just going to make this easier. It's going to give you a damage boost, and also it's going to decrease the damage that you take. So it's a win-win. In this case, it's around 65, and it could go higher, but this is more than enough to destroy the level. This is really depending on which class you are using, but if you want just to have viable gems, it doesn't matter which class you're using. Go for Mutilation Guard, melee damage reduction, and Esoteric Alteration, non-physical damage reduction. At the very least, rank 25. If you can go higher, in this example, I have this at level 80. It will make you just unkillable, basically, on the level. You definitely don't have to level them so high. You could try level 25, level 30, and if you feel that you're getting too much damage back, just level them a little bit higher. If you want to destroy, level them as high as you can. And if you're not a monk, just select legendary items that have a nice effect. Don't worry too much. The 3 gems will be doing most of the work. For example, if you are using a build, a character that needs a resource, you could try the Lyric's Crown on the head of the character to increase the effect of the gem with a yellow gem. So it can reduce the resource costs and make this easier for you. Or you could also try some boots like the Ice Climbers that will give you immunity to freeze and immobilize effects. Just be creative. But the main thing is those 3 gems, the Legacy of Dreams, the Mutilation Guard, and the Esoteric Alteration. With those 3 you will be golden, don't worry about it. Now, if you are playing a monk this season and you want to destroy this conquest, this will be my recommendation. Alright, first of all, for the helm, a Lyric's Crown with a yellow gem. Since we're going to be using Tempest Rush, you are going to basically forget about the resource. You are going to be at full spirit or close basically all the time. Right? And if you don't have a particular piece, a particular item, don't worry too much. I'm just giving you options. For the shoulders, I basically selected this because it's an ancient, but if you have something that it's a little more helpful, go for it. For the chest, I'm using the Cinder Coat, and it's going to basically reduce the cost of fire skills. And since I'm using Tempest Rush with the Fire Rune, this is going to help to forget about the spirit. Remember, don't worry too much if you don't find a piece, but if you have the item, it's going to have some synergy. For example, for the gloves, we're using the Mage Fist, and if you are using fire skills, this is going to increase the damage of them. For the neck, I really just took whatever I could find. This is nothing special, so in here, if you can find something more useful, go for it. For example, the Flavor of Time, that could be definitely more useful, it's on the follower. Okay, so actually, for the follower, I'm just basically using the bare minimum. So for your follower, He's going to be alive all the time. He has the flavor of time to give you double the time of pylons. Nemesis bracers, so you will be filling up the bar of the level much faster, and a unity ring, so it will also help you to reduce the damage. For the bracers, this is the best that I could find, not mandatory in any way, but it's going to be nice to have a little boost of speed. For the belt, this is really life-changing for this build at least, so it's not mandatory, but it will be really helpful. The key assures so you will just be activating Superhuman once at the start of the level, and you can forget about it. For the pants, we're using the Hexing Pants of Mr. Dan, also going to help with the resource generation. For the boots, we're going to be using the Ice Climbers. We basically want to prevent to be frozen or immobilized in any way. The weapons, and these two could be really the make or break for this build. So you really want to get Vengeful Wind. It doesn't matter if it's ancient, but the effect alone, the increase to stacks of Sweeping Wind, it's going to be incredible. And the Wong Kim Lao. So when you hit with Tempest Rush, it will activate Cyclone Strike, and both will do more damage. So if there were mandatory items, these two are it for this build. If one of those have a socket, a yellow gem, of course. For the rest of the sockets, I would recommend you diamond gems. So for the rings, you want at least a unity ring, so you can take advantage of your follower. But for the other ones, I really couldn't find anything like super useful. So as long as you have a unity ring, that's okay. If it's ancient, even better. For the other ring, just select something that it's useful. In this case, the Obsidian Ring of Zodiac. It's really not going to be useful in that way. And legendary gems, alright? So, of course, you need a Legacy of Dreams. The higher, the better. Rank 50 and above will make your life so much easier. If you have a high Paragon level, rank 25 will be probably more than enough. But if you want to make your life easier, just as high as you can, it will make things so much better. If you want some speed, I'm recommending Breath of Lightning, and this is going to have a good synergy with these bracers. However, if you want to be on the safer side and you're not too worried about the speed of your character, you want more resistance, go for the Esoteric Alteration gem. Okay? At least rank 25, higher the better, of course. And lastly, the Taeguk gem. And this is going to give you, if you level this to rank 25 at least, it's going to give you armor, so it will be physical resistance, and it's also going to give you a bunch of damage with this build. So it will be basically like having a kind of mutilation guard plus the damage. Alright, I wouldn't recommend to switch this one for the mutilation guard, not really, unless this was on rank 0 and this was on rank 50 or something like that, okay? But my recommendation for this build will be Legacy of Dreams, Breath of Lightning, and the Tiger Gem. On the cube, this really doesn't matter, I couldn't find anything that will be better, so just choose whatever you like. For the shoulders, I'm using the Mantle of Channeling. This will give you reduced damage and you will do more damage, so it's a win-win. If you don't have the Mantle of Channeling, you could probably go for these shoulders. I'm not going to try to pronounce them, I'm going to fail horribly. So it won't give you damage, but it will give you damage reduction. Another good option, I mean, if you don't have, for example, the Ice Climbers, could be the Illusory Boots. Another good option for damage reduction will be the Aquila. And since you're going to be with all your spirit most of the time, you're going to be reducing the damage by 90%. It will be huge. And finally, for the weapon slot, I'm using the Balance Effect. to increase the damage of Tempest Rush. Alright, for the skills. Tempest Rush and Cyclone Strike. If you are using the Cinder Coat and the Mage Fist, it will be really helpful for you to choose the Fire Runes. For the other skills, we're using Epiphany with Insight for Spirit, Sweeping Wind with Inner Storm for Spirit, Mystic Ally with the Air Ally for Spirit, Mantra of Healing with the Circular Breathing for Spirit. You see the idea. We want to have full Spirit all the time. Chant of Resonance for Spirit, Exalted Soul for Spirit, and in this case we're using Your Death Experience because we're playing on hardcore. If you're not playing on hardcore, you could choose something useful like Momentum, since you're not going to stop moving. It will just make this even easier. And finally, we're selecting Fleet-Footed to move a little bit faster. If you are worried, however, about your survivability, you could go for a Sixth Sense. Alright, so let's do this. So, very important, activate your Sweeping Wind. Just move freely through the level until you get the achievement. Sorry, the Conquest. Alright guys, so there you have it. You will be like a hot knife going through butter. It will be quite easy. If you find that you are struggling a little bit, just level those gems a little bit higher and you will be golden. Alright guys and girls, thank you very much for watching. If you have another tip for this conquest, leave a comment. It will be helpful for everyone that will be seeing this. Also, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, comment. Alright, thank you very much for watching. See you soon.